Greetings to our more than 21 million members around the world who make up the wonderful Seventh-day Adventist Church family in more than 200 countries. I thank God for each one of you and want to encourage you, no matter where you are, to be an active member in your local church and to reach out to your surrounding community, making friends as you gently yet purposefully guide people to Jesus and His love and His truth. Total member involvement. Always remember that you are the church, that God is eagerly looking to you to reach others for Him. He's called you. He will equip you as you spend time with Him in prayer and in the study of His beautiful holy word. As you may know, at least 2 times a year, members of the World Church's General Conference Executive Committee gather together to discuss important spiritual and business items, guiding the work of our worldwide church. The Executive Committee is made up of church leaders, teachers, pastors, and lay members from the 13 world divisions and the Middle East North Africa Union, and an attached field of the General Conference. The full Executive Committee meets during what is called Annual Council, held each October of every year. A somewhat smaller group of the committee meets in April for the shorter spring meeting, where the focus is mainly on the finances of the church along with related items. In addition, we also take some time to focus on important spiritual aspects, especially during the morning worship times together. In just a few days from now, April 9 and 10, the spring meeting will take place here at the world headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Silver Spring, Maryland, in the United States. You're welcome to join these meetings via the live streaming of the Executive Committee on its website at executivecommittee.adventist.org. The meetings begin with morning worship at 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Daylight Time. And if you would like more important information about that, you can certainly contact our communication department. And there is also another very, very important meeting that is meeting right here at the World Headquarters on April 11 and 12, just after the spring meeting. And that is called the State of Military Service in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, a conference on combatants, non-combatants, conscientious objectors. During this important conference, church leaders from around the world, along with division and Union Adventist Chaplaincy Ministries directors, public affairs and religious liberty, and youth ministries directors will meet to consider the Seventh-day Adventist Church's relationship to military service. You know the question of military service arose early in the history of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The church, officially organized in 1863, during the height of the United States' Civil War, had to almost immediately wrestle with how members would respond to the call of arms. As with other difficult questions, the pioneer leaders studied the issues using the Bible as their guide and concluded the position most consistent with biblical principles was non-combatancy, the conscientious objection to bearing arms. By 1864, the young church had successfully appealed to the United States' federal government for an official designation of non-combatancy, a position that it has consistently held ever since. After World War II, the Seventh-day Adventist Church further elaborated on its non-combatancy position by approving a document entitled "The Relationships of Seventh-day Adventists to to civil governments and war. And this was done at the General Conference session of the church in 1954. The statement was reaffirmed and further refined at the 1954 and 1972 annual councils. The statement reads in part, and I quote, "Genuine Christianity manifests itself in good citizenship and loyalty to civil government. The breakout of war among men in no way alters the Christian's supreme allegiance and responsibility to God, or modifies their obligation to practice their beliefs and put God first. This partnership with God through Jesus Christ, who came into this world not to destroy men's lives, but to save them, causes Seventh-day Adventists to advocate a non-combatant position, following their divine master in not taking human life, but rendering all possible service to save it." In addition to taking a non-combatancy position, the Seventh-day Adventist Church encourages its members not to join the military. Nevertheless, it is not a test of church membership. According to Adventists in Uniform, the website of the church's Adventist chaplaincy ministries, the church, and I quote, "does not seek to be the conscience for any member or commander, but rather seeks to inform the conscience and behavior of both, so decisions can be made with maximum understanding and thought," end quote. Now, we understand that in some countries, non-combatancy options are not available, and Adventists are required to serve in their country's military. Even then, these young believers are encouraged to find ways to be faithful to God while serving their country. If members find themselves in the military, whether by personal choice or conscription or the draft, the church, through Adventist chaplaincy ministries and other avenues, tries to spiritually minister to them. As Seventh-day Adventists, we have maintained an historic witness in favor of peace and non-combatancy throughout the 150 years of the church's existence. Furthermore, our pastors who serve as chaplains in the military have been a big impact in serving those who have chosen to serve in the military. They have been able to reach those who may not have been able to be reached in any other circumstances, and we appreciate the challenging yet professional service that these Seventh-day Adventist chaplains provide. Once again, dear brothers and sisters in Christ, I want to thank you for being a part of the Seventh-day Adventist world family. May God bless and encourage you as you seek to bless others through His Spirit. Jesus is coming very soon, I believe. Let's do all we can to reach out to individuals who do not yet know or believe in Christ as their Savior. And I ask that you will pray for the spring meeting that will take place very shortly, where we will have many other people coming to this building in order to represent their particular areas of the world, and those here in this building that represent those in our attached field that we have and elsewhere. May God guide each of us as we look to the future and realize that we are living in the very end of time, as we proclaim the three angels' messages of Revelation 14 and the fourth angel of Revelation 18, announcing that we need to turn back to the true worship of God and understand our role in proclaiming Christ's soon coming. God bless each one of you. Maranatha.